Ah, to succeed, you gotta do your best. But to win, you gotta be the best. What up? It's me, Prez, back at you with another Real Ninja Reacts. We got a video here today, and it's called Most Haunted Places in Illinois. So if you didn't know, I'm from Springfield, Illinois, so maybe they got something around from my town on this video. So who knows? But before we get started with the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You know, do all that stuff that us content creators actually do that you never do. But if you don't want to do that, it's because you want to support me in a different way. You want to support me with some money. You got that paper, right? Yes. There's a Cash App scrolling at the bottom right here. You see it. You see it. Go ahead and send me $5. Say, Prez, you're doing a good job. Keep up the good work. But y'all ain't going to do that. Y'all never send me no money. Jeez. I'm going to continue to do what I do. I'm going to continue to do what I do. Y'all don't got to send me no money. But without further ado, we're going to start this video. So we got a video here, and it's called Most Haunted Places in Illinois. Let's go.
An overgrown graveyard stalked by chilling ghostly presences, a weathered old mansion harboring the spirits of its former owners, and a desolate country road where mysterious apparitions are likely to hitch a ride await on this list of some of the most haunted places in Illinois. Let's jump right in.
The projects, that's pretty scary in Illinois.
Hey guys, and thanks for tuning in for this journey through some
Chicago
of the most haunted places in the prairie state of Illinois. Recognized for its intricate history, wildly famous sports teams, and some of the best deep world, the land of Lincoln boasts a much darker side, one wrought with classic ghost stories, spine-tingling urban legends, and age-old folklore. Are you sure you're ready to get started?
Every place ain't called the land of Lincoln. It's only Springfield, sir.
Okay, so our first haunt lands us in Illinois' largest city at the Chicago Water Tower. The Chicago Water Tower, which is located where else but Chicago, Illinois, is an iconic landmark that looms over the old Chicago Water Tower district that's recognized for its role in a brutal blaze that once swept through the city, and it's surrounded in a slew of ghost stories and classic local legends. Historically, this formidable water tower was first constructed in 1869 under architect William W. Boyington, and was designed to pull waters from Lake Michigan in tandem with the adjacent Chicago Avenue pumping station to both supply clean waters and also to aid in firefighting efforts while controlling water surges. While the tower itself was certainly something to behold, it would truly grow into prominence following the Great Chicago Fire of 1871, when it stood as the only public building within the central burn zone to survive the blaze. And to date, it's actually recognized as one of the few surviving structures that's surprisingly still standing. Notably and rather ironically, the tower did not survive unscathed, however, and during the fire, the roof of the tower would smash down on the pumps, stopping their flow of water while rendering fire hoses useless to contain the blaze. Following the fire, the water tower would become recognized as a symbol of old Chicago and its resiliency and recovery from such disasters. From 1913 to 1916, the site would welcome renovations which saw most of its limestone replaced. In 1918, the widening of Pine Street would allow the tower its own featured location. And in
where the fucking ghost at?
1978, a second renovation was held and would namely focus on remodeling the interior. More recently, in 2014, the small park hosting the tower would be named in honor of former Chicagoan Mayor Jane Byrne. The Chicago Water Tower remains a landmark to this day, and its setting is often utilized in events, photo shoots, and more. In consideration of its lengthy history, this stalwart tower has long been saturated in tales of supernatural activity and spectral encounters. And both inside of and around the site, visitors have reported disembodied footsteps and shouts, extreme cold patches felt even through the heat of summer, and instances of objects sighted moving around on their own. Several informal investigations of the expanse have yielded orbs captured in photography, high
So they're going to show some videos or some pictures?
EMF levels and EVPs entailing what are believed to be the echoes from the fateful blaze that occurred so long ago, and several have detailed encounters with both shadowy figures and full-bodied apparitions clad in old-timey firefighting garb. Easily the most famous legend surrounding the Chicago Water Tower tells that during the fire, despite the encroaching danger, in an act of true self-sacrifice, one worker chose to stay behind in order to man the pumps, and when the fire got too close, he hanged himself to save from the pain of being burned to death. His spirit has been sighted desperately attending machinery that is no longer there, and
That's a gangster.
several have described sighting
Straight gangster.
a disturbing shadowy figure hanging within the column. Our second haunt takes us just northwest of Chicago to the famed Woodstock Opera House. The Woodstock Opera House, which is located in Woodstock, Illinois, is a famous and highly popular performing arts venue that, over its years, has played host to a number of famous acts and that's believed to accommodate the spirits of performers and patrons long since passed. Historically, in 1889, the building holding the Opera House was constructed to house a library, a council room, a justice court, a fire department, and a second-floor auditorium for the city of Woodstock. And just a year later, on September 4th of 1890, the Patty Rosa Company would provide an inaugural performance of Marjorie Daw. Over the years, the Opera House would come to be recognized as McHenry County's central venue for entertainment, such as vaudeville performances. Through the early 20th century, and as traveling circuits began waning, it would act as the Chicago area's first summer stock theater. And in 1934, it would host the Todd Theater Festival, which was a 6-week summer fest put on by the Todd School for Boys and organized by Orson Welles. In 1947, a group of local citizens would form the Woodstock Players, which would support students graduating from the Goodman School, and that included Paul Newman, Tom Bosley, Betsy Palmer, Geraldine Page, Shelley Berman, and Lois Nettleton. In 1968, the Town Square Players were established, and in 1975, the Woodstock Musical Theater Company was founded and would be hosted within the Opera House. More recently, in 2013 and during the site's 80th anniversary, it would dedicate its stage to Orson Welles and would hold the Todd Theater Festival. And in 2019, Theater 121 was established from a merger between freestanding organizations and continues to perform annually into the present. Aside from the renown and recognition the Woodstock Opera House has earned through its performances, this historic site is also widely considered one of the most haunted places in Illinois, and staff, performers, and patrons over its years have reported a slew of inexplicable phenomena, including disembodied footsteps and voices, the constant feeling that someone unseen is always lurking near, and instances in which phantom music or applause is heard from the auditorium when it's complete.
This is just a video on famous places in Illinois that might be haunted. You got to show some pictures, some ghosts, some videos or something. But I'm already into it. Let's keep going.
Completely empty. Several informal investigations of the site have yielded EMF levels, crystal clear EVPs, and orbs that are both captured in photography and visible to the naked eye, while others have described hearing old-timey music that emanates from thin air and run-ins with shadowy manifestations. By far the most famous ghost story surrounding this opera house tells of a beautiful former actress named Elvira. According to this legend, long ago, Elvira had dreams of making it big. However, when she tried out for her dream part, another girl was chosen instead, resulting in her falling into a deep depression and taking her own life by way of leaping from the tallest point of the building. To date, Elvira's sulking spirit has been spied wandering the property or replaying her final moments, and her old seat, DD-113,
showing like paper clippings or news footage of this actually happening. Fuck. God damn it. Let's go.
Is always saved for her and has been known to fold and unfold by itself. Our third haunt has us straddling the Missouri-Illinois border at the McPike Mansion. The McPike Mansion, or Mount Lookout, is a prominent and sweeping estate placed out of Alton, Illinois, in the greater St. Louis metro that fits the bill as the classic weathered old haunted house, and its bounds are tied to a number of local legends and tales of the otherworldly. Historically, in 1869, construction of the McPike Mansion was started under Henry Guest McPike and was designed by architect Louis Pfeifenberger. In the same year, Rulander and Diana grapes produced on-site were considered amongst the finest at the Mississippi Valley Exhibition. For a time, McPike, who was a savvy businessman and real estate investor, would actually serve as mayor of Alton, and later, through the 1880s, he would act as the librarian of the Alton Southern Illinois Horticultural Society before, in 1910,
McPike and McFoggenberger.
passing on due to illness right within the confines of his lavish abode. Over the years, the McPike Mansion would change hands a number of times. In 1925, it was purchased under Paul A. Leitschinger, who would reside on site while renting out rooms until his passing in 1945. And through subsequent years, the site would be left abandoned and would stand the tests of both time and ransackers, who would end up stealing what was left of its furnishings, decor, and amenities, including its toilets. More recently, on June 17th of 1980, the property would be listed on the National Register of Historic Places, spurring an interest in its preservation. And in 1994, it was purchased by Sharon and George Ludke, who initially intended to transform the estate into a hotel under promise of government backing. Unfortunately, but not all that unexpectedly, following their purchase, federal, state, and local governments would bow out. However, undeterred, the couple would set to work on their own renovations, which they funded through donations and tours. And in 2017, the Alton Historic Commission would actually present them with awards for their efforts. The McPike Mansion remains open into the present, offering a range of touring options, events, and even opportunities for private investigations. Chillingly, this weathered old homestead has long been shrouded in tales of terrifying paranormal activity that have even warranted it several appearances on various high-profile Haunted Places series, and both staff and visitors to its bounds have reported disembodied footsteps heard from empty hallways, forms or faces that appear in reflective surfaces, extreme cold spots, and instances of doors opening and closing on their own. A handful of investigations have yielded high EMF levels, chilling EVPs, orbs captured in photography, and hits on both thermal grids and communicative devices.
Alton isn't that far from where I'm at the moment in Springfield. Maybe me and my co-host can go do some investigations, because obviously he ain't got no fucking pictures or no ghosts here or no videos of EMPs and TRTs and heat complexes, whatever.
While other accounts detail objects sighted moving around inexplicably, the phantom sense of tobacco smoke and old-timey perfume or cologne, and a strange dizzy feeling that's become so strong at times it's resulted in some having to leave the property entirely. The most famous McPike legend claims the old home's premises is stalked by the spirit of its original owner, being Henry, and a multitude of reports entail encounters with an apparition fitting his description, who is often sighted ascending or descending the stair, and that most believe is simply keeping an eye over his treasured manor from beyond the grave. And on to number 4, which takes us on a trip down the infamous and iconic Kennedy Hill Road. The township of Byron, which is placed along the Rock River in Ogle County, Illinois, is a sleepy community shrouded in history that ties itself to one of the state's creepiest urban legends, which in turn is associated to a rural stretch of road rumored to harbor a handful of chilling ghostly presences. Historically, through the early 19th century, founding members of Oregon and Rochelle, Illinois, who were actually descendants of the English Puritans who'd settled all along the East Coast through the 1600s, would arrive to the Ogle County area from New England, and would be comprised namely of farming families whose journeys were made all the easier by the 1825 construction of the Erie Canal. Upon their arrival, they would find a vast range of forests and prairies, and would begin construction of various roadways, government buildings, and postal routes. Notably, these initial settlers were namely Episcopalian and were strong proponents of education and abolitionism. In 1836, Ogle County was established out of Joe Davies and LaSalle counties, and would derive its moniker from Revolutionary War hero Joseph Ogle, who'd settled in Illinois by 1785. By 1837, what was previously upheld under Joe Davies County would fully transition to an Ogle County government, and in 1839, a portion of Ogle County would break away to form our modern Lee County. Later, in 1841, an Ogle County courthouse was designated, but would burn to the ground before it could see even one day of use, after which another courthouse wouldn't be established until 1891, and this newer unit stands as the county's court to this very day.
It ain't a place in Illinois to look like this broccoli of trees, okay? Which this shit looks beautiful, okay? I'm just joking. I don't know if this. I ain't gonna say ain't no place in Illinois look like this, but where is this place? Where's the ghost at?
More recently, a 2020 census would list Ogle County with a population of just under 52,000. Predating the founding of the county itself by just 1 year, Byron, which was founded in 1835, is an unassuming small locale recognized namely for its Byron Nuclear Generating Station, which is actually one of the last nuclear power plants commissioned by the US and boasts one hell of a small-town ghost story. Traveling just north of Byron along the Rock River, one can find an inconspicuous country route known as Kennedy Hill Road. Chillingly, this rural byway is recognized as one of the state's most haunted locales. And both those who live in the area and motorists who have braved it have reported a range of otherworldly phenomena, including phantom radio transmissions, strange bursts of wind, and extreme cold spots.
How are they reporting this? Where is the proof that it's been reported? YouTube channel.
Instances of vehicles stalling out or of parked cars refusing to start entirely. Those who have walked Kennedy Hill have described disembodied footsteps, ghostly voices that drift on the winds, and sightings of unknown or unidentifiable animals that slink through the nearby woodlands, while a handful of informal investigations have yielded high EMF levels, chilling EVPs, and hits on communicative devices such as spirit boxes or Ouija boards. By far the most famous standing local legend, and one that a number of dark tourists travel to the locale to test, is that of the Phantom Lady of Kennedy Hill Road. Sightings of this mysterious woman began around 1980, when one Kim Anderson reported turning down the route after attending church just weeks before Christmas, after which she sighted a young woman who, despite the cold, was walking towards Byron clad in nothing but shorts and a light top. Despite her lack of adequate seasonal attire, this woman did not appear cold and walked as if in a trance. Over subsequent weeks, months, and years, this same woman has been sighted numerous times, and though many have stopped to offer help, with several even claiming to have picked her up, she always seems to vanish just before reaching town. Saving the best for last, our fifth and final...
God damn it. Saving the best for last, huh? Because I was sure about to turn this motherfucker off. Because they're not showing no... They just got good, scary legends on here. I'm not going to down this video, but I'm not impressed. You don't got any pictures of no ghosts, no footage of ghosts being where you said they are, and that's frustrating for me right now. So, you know what? If you want to, they save the best for last, but if you want to see it, you can go ahead and see it yourself, because they done pissed me off. You know what I mean? I like proof of my ghost, okay? I don't believe in ghosts, by the way. Ghosts aren't real. I feel like it's an explanation for all that happens, you know. Definitely these YouTube videos. YouTube videos nowadays, when it comes to ghost footage and ghost sightings, I feel like they're almost like magicians, you know? So just like you standing next to a magician and they got a card flying right in front of your face, and you can't see how it works. I feel like this is the new magician's trick, to pretend that there are ghosts. So, but I'm done with you. Okay, so I'm gonna get up on out of here. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you for giving me a view. But don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. You know, do all that stuff that us content creators actually do that you never do. But if you like to donate, like to support other than the free ways, you can always send me a little money here on Cash App. It's right there. Scrolling across the bottom of your screen. Send me $5. Say, prayers, you're doing a good job. Keep up the good work. All right? But you're not going to do that. You're not going to do that. Get that out of here. So, I appreciate you tuning in. Watch hours going up. Comments going up. Everything's going up. I really appreciate it. I would like to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of April. I don't think it's going to happen because I get like 10 or 15 new ones each week. That's not enough, you know what I mean? So I'm just going to keep on putting out videos until you understand that I got a good page, all right? Check out my other podcasts. I got a couple of them. Just scroll down the page. Lots of good content, original content, except my reaction videos. I guess there's original content, though, because I'm reacting to it. I don't know. I'm just trying to do it for y'all. So, thanks for tuning in. Check you out next time. Holla back. Go. Give me the gold. I want the gold. The goal is to be in first.